Embraer has secured their first European order for Super Tucanos with 12 aircraft purchased from Portugal. It was a $210 million order for 12 A-29 Super Tucano turboprops, marking Embraer's first European sale of this aircraft. They continue to grow in their European defense footprint, which is cool to see, adding this sale to its existing success with the C-390 transport and the Saab jet fighter assembly partnership. The Super Tucano itself is designed for counter-insurgency, close air support, and advanced pilot training, which makes it a pretty versatile addition to Portugal's Air Force. I think that'll be good for them. The deal itself, though, is highlighting Embraer's ability to secure international contracts, which just enhances its position in the global defense market, which we know we're seeing everything become more global. So it's a good move for them.
Yeah, I think Embraer know their stuff, but this is different because you're dealing with that kind of military defense side of things where customization is extremely relevant to regional demands. So how do they balance that customization for Portugal while maintaining cost efficiency in such a small production batch, quite frankly?
It's a good point, but I think we're looking more at the seamless.
It is the point.
The seamless integration of turboprops into an Air Force that's heavily reliant on jets for operational needs. So your workforce, your entire operational plan is set for jets, basically, right? So we got training, maintenance, operational alignment when you're introducing a new aircraft type into a jet-dominated force.
I think that integration piece is somewhat secondary because we're talking about 12. If your regional customizations complicate the production, so because your costs are then going to spiral, that's going to be your biggest enemy of a sustainable defense deal. So customizing aircraft to meet specific regional needs while keeping your production streamlined will make sure that Embraer can meet those Portuguese requirements without compromising profitability or their timelines, of course.
I don't know. I don't want to downplay the fact that it's only 12, like you just said, because if you're integrating even one of something new into a system designed for other things, it is going to be a challenge. 1, 10, 20, 500. It's, the challenge can scale the more you get or get easier the more you get because of some of those, nice things that happen when lots of stuff happens. But I think it's still important to know you do have to take that into consideration. And you're talking a bit about some of the possible overcomplication of production, but this and the cost spirals can happen from really any point of the product lifecycle areas expanding, not just the ones you mentioned, Andrew. So how do you make sure that overcomplication of production and cost spirals don't happen from any area of the product lifecycle?
We could do this together, Brian. I think this is requirements gathering, traceability, single source of truth to capture it, to log it. Then you've got your traceability pushing through, get your design and change done. Then
favorite part, design and change. Simulation may actually be becoming one of my more favorite parts now. I think, you used to always say I'm the design and change guy. Well, the design guy, but I think I do. Yeah. Simulation just for some reason seems more exciting sometimes, but after that, you still got to manufacture it. You look at your mess mom, look at your supply chain, look at your aftermarket support. Pretty much, I guess we're just saying in order for this to be successful, you need to have all of the elements of your product lifecycle management nailed down.
But I think that's a really good point. You mentioned simulation there. And I think traditional simulation is I've been designed, let me pass that over to the simulation engineers and they go do it. You can now, what we're encouraging people to do is have that simulation, that modular simulation and on your desktop right there for you. So you're designing it, you throw it into your simulation tool, it works, boom, got that piece, move on to the next. So it's that modular simulation that's becoming really cool and really accelerates the macro perspective now, isn't it, into manufacturing.
I mean, we say the term, we kind of throw out the term one source of truth, and it's kind of almost a buzzword, but it's really highlights what you just talked about, where you can be designing it, and that design can be what the simulation tool reads, even when it changes a little bit. And then those changes can also be what your planning for your manufacturing and supply chain are reading. So it really is all one source of truth, which is a huge advantage over the way things used to be done with, 50 different softwares. So I think we are entering times where this is some really cool stuff happening.
Yep. Beautiful. See you next week.